Homeless child wants to a woman sitting in a car and he breaks down in tears. Homelessness is a problem all over the world. There are homeless people everywhere, even in your own community. Whether you know so or not. Being a homeless person is sad. But when a child homeless, it's especially heartbreaking. Children should have a roof over their heads and enough food, and most of all, love. That's not the case for every child, though. Sadly, many people who are in a place to help them don't. One day, a homeless child walked up to a woman sitting in a car. But tears streamed down his face after one look. Before we continue, though, you can give us tears of joy by clicking that like and subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future facts. First videos. A young boy named John Thruick was homeless. The only way that he could get food was to stand around and ask people for money. He'd go to a local parking lot at approach people in their cars asking for money, and he had to do this because he was so desperate. He needed food and he wasn't old enough to work. Many of the people who he asked for money turned him down. After standing in the parking lot all day, he only earned about 100 shillings. This would be enough to feed himself for one day when he went over to a woman. He was prepared to be turned down yet again when he looked into the car. Though he started to cry inside, there was a woman with an oxygen mask and other machines coming from her body to keep her mind. Seeing this sick woman broke the little boy's heart. He knew he had it tough because he was living on the streets. When he saw the woman, he realized that she was even worse off than him. When he went to her window, he took her hand and he prayed with her. Woman told him that she needed to have long reconstruction surgery and she couldn't afford it. A little boy continued to pray for the woman right there beside her, and he gave her the 100 shillings he had collected that day. The woman told him that her name was Gladys and he asked her to take the money so that she could put it towards her surgery. There was a person passing by and he caught this whole thing on camera. He says he did this because it's not every day that you see a child with such empathy. He said the little boy gave him hope for the future. After the incident was caught on tape, the man sent the footage and the story of what he saw to a fundraising organization via social media. And it wasn't long before this post went viral. People around the world saw this kind of thing that John did for Gladys after John met Gladys. He wanted to be by her side the entire time. He wanted to take care of her, but she knew that he needed just as much help as she did. She took him under her wing and talked him into going through a children's home. Gladys promised John that when she was healthy, she would come from him. John agreed, thinking that it would be a long time before he saw his friend again. Fortunately, though, he was wrong. After the post went viral, people began donating money to help Gladys cover her medical bills and to get the surgery she so desperately needed. The donations totaled 3 million shillings. After Gladys had her surgery, she wanted to keep her promise, so she went to the children's home, found out that little John had been adopted by a woman named Missy Wambugu. She had a nice home. Dad was able to help John get an education. Sadly, Gladys was never able to see John again. However, she was happy in the knowledge that he found a loving family. She says that she'll be forever thankful to the little boy and he not come to her car that day. Her story would never have gotten out and she would never have received the money she needed for her life-saving surgery. While she will likely never see the young boy again, she does think about him and prays for him every day. If it weren't for him and his kindness and empathy, she isn't sure that she would even be alive today. Subscribe for more.